Welcome back to Nerdocracy, the show for nerds governed by nerds. We are your hosts and humble Nerdocrats, Jordan, Tom, Alberto.
It was all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Every time. I'll get it right someday. But how you doing, guys?
It's
That
that's a multiple choice question and beat to shit.
Sure, it
'cause
can be.
I think it covers, but had a lot of fun hanging out with you boys. So yeah, I'm
Yes.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to
Very
say
much.
parting is such sweet sorrow, but
Uh,
no, it's not sweet. It's just sorrow.
It's not that sorrow when we get to still see each
no,
other every week here and chat on,
Yes.
the various platforms that are available to us.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot different of a world before the internet where everybody was a little as connected as we are.
Yeah.
So,
But I do get overwhelmed. Like we have so many threads going on that I'm like, oh God, I've got so many things to answer. Like there's like text threads and Instagram messages out the ass. And I'm like, I can't keep up.
you're
I
doing
was
better than
listening to
me.
a podcast this week that said the average human being can only handle 120 relationships at a time. And I'm like, what? Like, no, mine's way, way lower than that. Mine's like 20.
I think they also infer yes, I could probably only handle literally 5 on a week to week basis. But I think they're talking about like your extended family, like all connections.
Yeah, I think so too. But that seemed like a lot to me.
Oh, it definitely sounds like a lot. I was expecting you to be like 8 people at a time. And I'm like, yeah, even that sounds like a lot.
Not me. I handle about that number, and I think even more. So I'm used to dealing with hundreds of people during a 1 week period. So yeah,
Yeah, the point of the show was social media and its impact on society.
yeah.
You know, I get into that crazy stuff. So
Yep.
they had some doctor on that was talking about the psychology of it all, and yeah, it was
Yeah,
very interesting. I can't remember who it was, but it was interesting.
I miss rotary phones. I'll tell you that much. So, yeah.
Oof, yeah. Honestly, I think about it all the time. I don't like being expected to be available at all times. That's my
Mhm.
least favorite
Yep.
thing about these days. I like being able to talk with people across the world, like you gentlemen. We all live in different states, very
Mhm.
far away. We wouldn't have met each other without this World Wide Web. Maybe at an errant show or something like that. But even then, how will we even know about these shows? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good stuff, but it's the expectation, I think, of you have that phone in your pocket. I text you, you text me back. And I'm like, that's not how I roll. I pretend
Not
it's
at
like
all.
an old phone.
I've always said it's Amazon Prime's fault. Is that I want it now and now, so I ordered,
Yep.
and it's everything is chill, dude. I'll call you in like 20 minutes or an hour. Just let me breathe. No, it's not now
Right.
and the now.
I have at any one point in time 20 to 30 unopened messages on my phone because I'm just like I have to find the time to sit down for a half hour and open each message
Yep.
and respond because I'm also not the person that likes to just send a thumbs up or a one word answer. I like to think through a response. It's an anxiety thing, I'm sure, but I'm like, I want to give time to this
Yep.
response. So
Yeah.
Actually
I
have
tend to
meaningful
ignore it.
human connection. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was an interesting way to start the show.
Yeah, no, it's just two old guys and one young guy yelling about modern talk now.
Venting,
Oh,
yeah. So,
thank you. Thank you. I don't feel young.
Oh, I was talking about Alberto.
oh, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, hell yes. Yep, I'm down for that.
Oh,
You
dude,
just changed my follicle count.
you're the baby of the group, so live with it. That's it. Own it.
Yeah. I some days I feel my age and other days I feel 20
Yeah,
years older. So today is one of those days. I'm dragging.
yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing I did want to do is kind of promote I know most of our audience is probably aware of this. But for anyone watching that is not, I do want to promote Legion's Con, where we just came from. So there is a convention every year in New Jersey, and whether you can get to and from that place is a different story. But if you can go, you should go.
Yes.
It's all based on the Four Horsemen Studios. They have an action figure. Well, how many lines do they have now? 3?
3? I'd say 3.
for
Yeah.
Infinity, whatever.
four.
Oh, those,
Yeah.
yeah. Which is
Infinite
growing in
Legions.
an interesting way, but we talk about that later.
Yeah. So they have Infinite Legions, Cosmic Legions, Figure Obscura, and the big one.
Their RPG as well, their new tabletop game. So they're going to
Oh,
be having even more. But
yeah.
they're coming, and they attempted a video game. So they're like a whole pocket of toys and action figures and pop culture conglomerate on their own at this point now.
Yeah.
But
they
I
are.
would say predominantly most of us know them from Mythic Legions,
Mhm.
Cosmic Legions, and the Figura Obscura line.
Yep. But they do a convention every year, Legions Con, where people from all over the world, literally all over the world, other
Yeah.
countries,
This
they all
year, there
unite.
were a lot of people from the UK and a lot of
Yeah.
even from Australia. People flew in.
Oh, really? I didn't know there's anyone
Yeah,
there.
there
from
was
Australia.
somebody. They had a table then. I know Mark Calvo came from Spain.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
A lot of the two girls that were cosplaying, they were from
Poland.
no, they were Welsh.
Right?
No, sorry. They were UK based. So, but a lot of people, the Euro Legion cast came in, so there were a lot of people that traveled
Think about Solon as well. Like 78 points comes from
from
one of the
Thailand.
three countries he calls home.
Yeah.
Could have been Thailand, could have been Australia, could have been Japan. Who the fuck knows?
Who the fuck knows? It
I
came
think
from somewhere.
and Neil comes from Switzerland or Norway or Sweden. One of them. I don't know which one of them.
I feel like
I
it's
didn't know that.
Sweden.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's Sweden. Yeah.
Well, his customs are sweet. I'll
Yes.
say that.
There you go. Boom.
That's another thing. It's a conglomerate of artists that feeds us with ideas and props in order to develop our ideas. Everything practical. So it's a lot of talent that comes in. A lot of good
A
work.
lot of talent.
A lot of talent. Yeah.
Unique stuff too. It's not stuff that you see. You're not going to find this on a lot of people's Etsy's or eBay's or things like that. It's stuff that they work on all year to bring to Legions Con to set up a little table, and they'll have custom stuff, whether it be dioramas, props, full custom figures, head sculpts, swords, animals. You got an animal there, Jordan. You painted version of earlier. Looks awesome.
Yeah.
Across the board. Also, indie toy lines are now there too. Like you got
a Kickstarter going on. Yep.
Yep. That looks freaking sick, dude. I don't know how you were doubting your paint job.
I should have bought the Warhog and send it your way to put some
Too much skin. Too much skin. You can dry brush the hell out of fur. You got to.
No, it's a hairy. It was a hairy Warhog. It was a hairy Warhog. Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a razorback. So I thought I should have bought this.
Also, like Warhogs have like that. It's that almost warmish grayish undertone, right? But then there's a lot of like light dry brush on top of them naturally. Pigmentation is the word I was playing for in my head.
Yeah. But Legions Con, it's a phenomenal event. If you can get tickets and travel,
you get to hang with all of us. So,
yeah.
Well, that's my favorite thing about that
part of
convention.
it. Yeah.
Everyone there is for creativity, toys, or just like some combination of the two, right? So everybody there is there for the same reason. So you have something in common with everyone that comes from across the world. So starting up a conversation with someone you don't know, has never met, maybe speaks a different language entirely, is actually very easy. Like, because everybody, there's a centerpiece that we all talk about, because they also announce a brand new line on the very first day, which is technically not part of Legions Con. They call it G-Con. It really should be looped into just Legions Con.
Yeah.
But it gives everybody also, like, if you have nothing to talk about with somebody, boom, there's a whole brand new line of toys to instantly just dive in. Like, hey, what'd you think about that giant crab? Which was like one of the things that everyone is talking about at this con. And I love that. And it's one of those things where I won't miss this convention. I could miss Comic-Con here or there, but Legions Con, it's like it's something else for people that are toy fans or just in it somehow.
Yeah.
It's special. It's special.
Yeah.
And anyone watching that hasn't been, try to go.
Yes.
Yeah. But we'll get into the stuff we normally talk about. One thing I thought was interesting. So the box office continues to be the worst fall in the history of box office. It seems like nothing is making any money.
That's weird.
But the international box office is kind of saving some things. So I had a couple things up here. So Running Man debuted not so well.
That's sad.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
didn't
see
make
it
a
this
lot,
week at some point.
domestic or international. It's sitting at 28 million in its first weekend around the world,
What
and
was
the
the
budget
budget?
on that thing was 110. So
Yeah.
it's got a lot to
I,
do to catch up.
yeah.
Yeah. And then the main one I'm curious about. We didn't talk about the numbers because we were off last week for Legion's Con, but Predator Badlands. That came out. Alberto and I got to go see it Thursday before the convention because we were there and no one else was.
There was nobody there. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but
It was just us, but it was great.
yeah.
And AMC laser, what was that called, Alberto? Was it just laser imaging? Is that what it was
Don't
called?
quote me on it, but it's something laser, yeah. But it's
Yeah.
brightest image
Phenomenal.
I've ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it makes me want to go to the AMCs around here. I never go to AMC. I don't really enjoy that experience, but the laser imaging is phenomenal. But Predator is sitting at 136 million worldwide.
That's
right now,
good.
Yeah.
and its budget was
The 60s.
105.
It was
105?
105.
Yeah.
All right, good. So they're already
So they
Breaking
should be
even
just
at
fine.
least, yeah.
Yeah, they
Good.
should be just fine. Oh,
Yeah,
one surprising thing. Did you guys watch the Now You See Me films?
No, but I imagine that opened up big.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Huge
the
in
big
China.
one at my theater. So we have, and just to digress on the small thing for a second, I have only two really small like local theaters near me, which sucks, obviously. And each one there is one really good quality cinema in each of the theaters. Actually, one has two, one only has one. The closer one is the one that only has one. And what they were doing while we were gone, Predators Badlands was in there, but this week because Now You See Me and
Running
just
Man.
said it. Yep, Running Man.
Yeah.
I wanted to say the Runaway Man, but I'm like, that's not it. Running Man did like a every other showing was in that good theater, which was weird to me. And then the other one, those two movies got both of the good theaters. So I was sad I didn't get to see Predator Badlands and even the good theater in my shitty theater. But Now You See Me is apparently huge.
That's the magician.
75 million worldwide, 54 million in China, which is what the Marvel and DC used to count on. They counted on the Chinese market.
Mhm.
They made their domestic total equal to that in China, but that hasn't been the case for some reason. It's not happening over there. But China apparently really loves Now You See Me because it made 54 million in its opening weekend. So
Is that the third one or the fourth one?
yeah,
Third one. Okay.
there was
Alright,
Now You
so-
See Me, Now You See Me 2, and now it's Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which should have been Now You See Me 2. They should have titled that.
That's the one with the
Now You See Me.
magicians and
Yes.
the heist. Okay.
My girlfriend loves it, so I will probably go see the third one, even though I hadn't seen the other two. But she says it's just really good fun. And I'm like,
Yeah.
whenever I see the trailers, I'm like, this magic doesn't look even fucking plausible. Like that's what I don't like about it. Because like if it was street magicians actually doing it, like Ocean's 11 style, I'd be about
Right.
it. But it is like they have teleportation and invisibility, and I'm like, what is happening? Where's the line drawn?
It's going too much Harry Potter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but
I do think it's
someone who's never seen it judging it. So
I've not
Well, it's
seen
in-
it. So.
it's interesting that you brought that up, Tom, because I was reading the Variety article that was breaking down the box office, and they said what has driven the numbers for Now You See Me is the female audience. 56% of the moviegoers were female moviegoers. So I thought that was, that's interesting. So
Jesse
that
Eisenberg,
tracks.
real draw. To the late
I
stage.
guess he is.
But it's the original cast because Woody Harrelson was in it, the first one.
Yep.
If I'm-
They're in all of them. They're in all three.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I've seen that trailer countless times for the new one, and they bring it's like it starts off where it's like a whole new cast but Jesse Eisenberg, and then in the middle of the trailer they're like the whole cast shows up and they're like, "How are you here?" And it's like, of course,
Magic.
yeah, pretty much. That's exactly it.
Paycheck, yes, I
Yeah.
guess so.
Yes, money.
Paycheck.
That's how we're
yes,
here. But I don't know if you guys give a shit. We've talked about it before. I always enjoy the box office stuff. I like to get a kind of a finger on the pulse of what people are enjoying.
Yeah.
So I always dig into the box office articles, but
It's
still
news I
still not a
find-
whole lot. going
Yeah,
on.
it's news I find very interesting, but I don't seek it out myself. So I'm kind of actually glad that you bring it up. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
like, I like hearing it. Yeah,
Well,
I
next week,
love hearing Predator did as well as it did. That makes
yeah,
me very happy
and
because
next
they
week is Wicked.
obviously
So
set it up that they want a sequel. Sorry, Jordan, go ahead.
nope, not at all. Yours was a better segue. I was just saying the box office will rebound next week because Wicked is coming out.
Oh shit, that's next week. Yeah, that'll be
Yeah,
huge.
yeah.
Damn.
You have a look on your face like, oh, I have to go watch that, but I don't want to.
No, the look on my face is because I want to go see Running Man next week, but I don't really
Yeah.
want to deal with the Wicked crowd while I'm there because
Yeah.
the theater, like I said, it's a small one, so everybody you're on top of everybody until you get to your actual theater, and the Wicked one brings in a lot of kids. When there's a lot of kids, there's just a lot of popcorn just thrown everywhere for some reason. I don't know why.
Kids were messy.
Kids,
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah, but
So
it was a much better segue, yours into Predator, than what mine will now be, which will be a hard pivot into Predator. But Predator Badlands, Alberto and I got to see it last Thursday. You just got to see it this week.
yeah, last night
So
actually.
you kind of already know our thoughts, so we'll let
Yeah.
you take it away. What did you think?
So when it first started off, I was like, "This is fucking sick! Like this is badass! Like everything about it was super badass." To a moment, and I can actually pinpoint the moment where I'm like, "This is taking a very Disney turn," and I'm like, "I'm not upset about the fact that it's still an enjoyable movie. It's just I don't need this in my Predator movie." But then it got right back to the badassness, and I'm like, "Okay, they're balancing it in a weird way, but overall, I still really enjoyed it, and I'm here for the obvious sequel that they want to do. Um, but the silliness, which to me started at the campfire on the monster
nah,
planet.
With Bub,
Yep,
right?
with
Bud.
Bud.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
everything up to that, because even when they're like fighting the trophy to be, um, those moments that there's some silliness, and Thea also is silly in her own way.
Mhm.
She talked a lot. I'm like, oh my god, like what are they doing? But I didn't mind it because she is the audience surrogate, right? She's the one who's speaking the language for us. The Yautja just speaks his language, which I loved. I was worried that when she did a universal translation thing, it was all going to be in
Same.
English, and I was like, please don't do this, please don't do this, and luckily they didn't. So it was great. Yeah,
Yeah.
really, really fun. Effects were phenomenal. Action
Fantastic. Yeah.
was phenomenal. Like, yeah, real good. New creatures up the ass that were just great. Like every turn on that planet. Like I know we got brought back to Yauta Prime.
Right up around.
Yeah, but I really kind of hope we go back to that
Again,
monster planet.
yeah.
Again, yeah.
Yeah, because it seemed like that's where the clan, as we learn, grows. Will like that's where they want to be. Like that's their family-ish there kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of the Genna planet, so did you guys notice? I didn't even ask you this, Alberto. It's because the show also has a detriment to me when I'm actually socially with you guys or speaking to you at any point. Because I'll think of something and I'm like, oh no, I'll save that for the show. I'm like,
Ah,
I was
Yeah,
sitting right next to Alberto.
yeah. And I was
But did
commenting about it. This is good.
yeah.
And you were like, okay.
you're a movie talker, huh?
No, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. I don't. I know, but I was excited since there was nobody around. So I was like commenting, "So this is good for the crew and this and that." But no, I'm not a general talker during movies, so yeah, I won't
Did
ruin
you
your
guys
experience.
did you guys notice when they're on the ship, Quay, his brother, Quay?
Yeah, Quay,
Quay? Quay.
Quay.
Anyway,
He says
Quay
Quay.
and Deck are on the ship and they're cycling through planets
Yep.
where they hunt. Did you guys see Naru show up?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
totally.
Yep.
Yep.
So Naru was there. That was the first, maybe the only Easter egg I caught outside of one of the skulls in the room. But I was like,
the
"Oh shit,
independent
Naru!"
in the Independence Day skull, yeah, and the one
Yes,
big one in the middle. So yeah,
yeah, the Independence Day alien. That was pretty cool. Except I wish Independence Day sequels had never happened because
Yeah,
holy
you can just
shit, so
imagine.
bad.
I
it's
bet the
just
studio wishes it never happened too.
Probably.
yeah.
But yeah, it's like the Star Wars sequels. I'm pretty good at decanonizing in my mind, so I'll be just fine.
Yeah.
But no, the Easter eggs, the only things I really caught were Naru and the Independence Day alien. I'm sure there's more. Did you guys catch anything?
No, but I also wasn't really looking because
Yeah,
I hunt for Easter eggs on like my second or third watch. My first
Yeah.
watch, I attempt to just
follow the
blanket
whole.
take it
Yeah,
all in. Yeah, but I mean, Naru stood out because
it stood
she's
out. Yeah,
posed exactly like her and everything like
Yep.
that, and it's which I thought was awesome.
Yeah. I will Easter egg hunt whenever I get to see it again. I would like to have seen it again already, but that hasn't happened. So eventually I'll go back, hopefully while it's still in theaters, but
Mm.
not certain.
you
I'm
think they'll
sure it'll be
push it
there for a
quick?
while.
They'll push it quick to Hulu. I think. I don't think that it's
I
gonna
hope
be there.
not. Yeah. I mean, I hope so in one instance because I want to see it again, but also
Yeah,
I want them to let it make money before they
Yeah,
just
yeah.
plop it on Hulu.
I
But
mean,
it's worth going to see it in the theater.
yeah,
It completely is. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
Mm.
worth going to see in the theater. I will say there is a separate number that is big for these companies when they see a certain number of things streaming. Like we saw with Frankenstein this weekend was like
Mhm.
the most streamed movie that they've ever had, kind of thing. Like there was some
Yep.
article I saw. So there are those metrics, but I don't know if that really relates into okay, we can put a sequel out now. Like this
Yep.
generates money, kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah. Streaming, I still don't really understand how revenue works from that. It's all ad generated revenue or subscriptions, but you already have the
Subscriptions. Yeah.
subscriptions, so I don't. It's a weird thing.
Hmm.
I would rather just keep the theatrical experience, but it looks like that's getting more and more difficult for studios to back the experience because
Yeah.
people aren't going to the movies. But it's so fucking expensive. I get it. I mean, if you have a family, it costs like if we go to a family movie, it's like $120
Yeah.
after popcorn, drinks, movie tickets. It's like holy shit.
You bought the tickets and I paid for the concessions, and my bill was was
It was
bigger
probably
than
more than mine.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, typically that's how it works out because me and my girlfriend do the same thing where one of us will get the tickets, the other one gets the concessions,
Yeah, Jordan said,
and the
"I'll get
person
the
who gets the
tickets." I paid
concessions.
popcorn, although I bought one of the movie
That's why
popcorn.
you had that fancy cup.
Yeah. I wasn't like gonna go, and I ordered the ship though, so it's coming at some
Oh,
point.
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the ship was Regal only, but it looks really cool.
Yeah, it'll work with Cosmic Legion shots at some
Yeah.
point. I some. Yeah, I'll use it for
Yep.
some.
Or if you
We'll
get into
see.
the NECA Predator figures, it'll work with those probably. If you scale it in the
I don't
background
have
correctly.
much of those. I have one or two, maybe, somewhere, but we'll see what I can do with it.
I only have one Predator figure, and it is the oh geez, what's the name of the one in Predators with Adrian Brody?
Oh, like that one.
The Wolf Predator.
I
No,
Is that
think
one the
that
wolf?
might be it. Wolf Predator. Yeah.
the one
I
with
was
the
wondering when because
big
wolf
weird
comes
hat.
up in the movie. I was wondering if it somehow tied into the wolf predator. Because it was obviously the first time he had heard about wolf. Um, so I didn't know if there was going to be any kind of like connective lore there.
The timeline is kind of I don't know where to fit it because the Wayland Yutani tech seem way advanced than anything
Yeah.
we've ever seen,
Yeah.
and
I
I wanted
imagine there's different areas of Utah Prime as well, and like obviously a lot of the predators that we've met don't make it back to Utah Prime.
Yeah.
So um, this could be well in the future, and wherever Wolf learned about, or like I don't even know because we call them the Wolf Predator. They
yeah,
never come out and say anything in those movies, so who even knows?
One
yeah.
thing that is interesting, so speaking on the timeline, when they're cycling through planets, it's Naru that shows up,
Yep,
which should be odd because on Earth, Dutch, um, what's his name from the second Predator
Danny
movie?
Glover. I don't
Well,
know.
I'm trying to think of the character's name.
Yeah,
I can't remember, but they've killed predators. So why did Naru show up
I mean, I
instead of one
imagine
of
there's
them?
more pages, you know.
Good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
good point.
So, but also like the reason that Naru showed up, I thought to me meant that this movie. But you're right about the Wayland Yutani thing. But who knows? Because they play with time when they're sending ships through whatnot. I thought to me, in timeline wise, it must have been somewhat after the Naru stuff, but well before the Dutch stuff. we haven't seen the Weyland-Yutani tech in any of those other Predator movies, so we don't know if those,
True.
or who knows. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, the timeline is
And
kind of because everything seemed way ahead from the walkers, from the even no humans in the crew. It was all synths, so everybody literally was synth. So, and Mother seemed way more advanced than the click 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 Mother that we're
yeah,
used
she
to,
did.
and
Yeah.
yeah, so she was more
But Dan
AI.
Trachtenberg did say he made this without any tie-ins in his mind. So he's like, I don't want to do an Alien vs Predator. I don't want to do any of that.
I hope
I
not.
just
Yeah,
wanted to pick and choose what I wanted from the Alien universe to support my story. So he wasn't doing it with, which may be a bad thing for us trying to tie it all together. In his mind, he didn't give a shit about tying it together. He just picked the elements he wanted to make this film.
Yeah, I never really mind too much if someone wants to do that. I just like the fact that there is a synth now, a Weyland-Yutani synth with the
hmm
white blood that we all know and love,
Yep.
along with the Predator now on the Predator planet. So it's not like it doesn't seem like Weyland-Yutani knows where that is or anything like that,
I
unless
hope not.
they could track Thea.
Yeah.
She's
Oh,
there.
good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they want to even get close to that planet because if just one predator went through the whole crew of synth like butter, I don't think they
Yeah,
want to get in there.
Wayland doesn't mind throwing stuff at a
Well,
wood chipper though, so they'll just throw numbers until the numbers eventually bear a single fruit. That's all it really takes.
yeah,
That was, I think,
they're gonna have a rough time.
Yeah. Question, real quick: when Thea learns that Bud is the child's, forget the name of
of
the
Callus.
Callus of the child Callus. Did you guys also think that she was going to double cross? Because
Yes.
I was like, she gives a look that like double cross might actually happen, and I was like, if they could do a swerve, but I was actually really glad that she didn't.
Yeah, same.
She's a hell of an actor. Though. She plays so well both ends of the spectrum, the really really evil one and the funny quirky one, basically. So I don't know. I enjoyed the hell out of that movie.
I
I
did
have no.
too, man. I really didn't want to keep like initially I would think a character like Bud would annoy me, especially in a Predator film.
Uh,
But that fucker was so cute. I was totally in. I'm like, nope, I love this thing.
Because I was thinking, if it was the case that corporate said to Trachtenberg, like, yeah, look, you have to do this lighter, and he was given the lemons, the boy did one hell of a lemonade at the end. Because it was light, I think, to make the studio heads happy, but it was sufficiently enough to pass through the fan base. Because I've seen some of the fan base go a little bit haywire, but they do, in the end, like the whole movie. So,
it's
because
interesting to me though, because like the light stuff seems like it's for a younger audience, but the violence is
it's
taken up to a degree where I'm like, that's what threw me off. And that's like, if I have a negative thing to say, it's like the comedy doesn't match the tone of the violence. So I don't understand why the level of the comedy is Star Wars, Guardians of the Galaxy level, kind of slapsticky, like, because Bud is basically Groot
mhm.
to me. Like that's
Yeah.
or Grogu. It's the same thing,
Yeah.
really. Like here is a cute character that can fuck shit up, and then eventually fuck shit up
We should
even
have
more.
more.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah,
it's virtually unkillable. So
yeah. So like they just basically made another giant group. So like and I don't mind that, but it's like I don't understand because like there was, I don't know about your theater, it sounded like no one else was there, but there was a lot of kids in mine. And as they were walking in, I didn't know about the silly aspects. So I'm like, you kids are in the wrong theater, because like I'm like, this should be the Now You See Me crowd, right? These younger
Yeah.
kids with their parents, and yet no one cried, no one left. Like everybody had a good time. So I'm like, maybe kids today are just being brought up on more violence,
mhm.
along with
Unfortunately, I
their
think that's true.
That's a sign
yeah,
of times there. Yeah.
Yeah.
interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, it is interesting. And
Although,
it shouldn't really
unless
go ahead,
he,
Albert.
he used all the sins just to get the very cool kills, but if he
Yeah,
would have put all the blood in, it would have gone the Kill Bill way. They would have gone black and white to just get another rating or push past R or something else. So I think he might have catered you know, to the needs of the whatever the studio was pushing on them. But I think he did a
Yeah.
hell of a
It
job.
was.
So
I didn't actually look at the rating. Was it? It was rated R though, right?
it's PG-13, dude.
Holy crap! I had no idea. I assumed
Mhm.
going in that it was rated R.
Yep.
It
Okay.
kind of felt that way halfway through the movie because
Yeah.
it did not, with his brother getting beheaded all the way through. It was pretty.
Enough beheadings, enough like limbs being removed. I know that there's this whole thing. It's alien violence or violence
Hmm.
against robots, but when the robots are humans, like
Yeah.
they basically are humans, and the aliens are humanoid, pretty much humans.
Yep.
It's real interesting that that doesn't matter.
Oh,
You can do
basically,
it.
he cut that calic every way north of sushi almost. It beheaded him, gutted him, went through tried literally every, and it was pretty gory. By the way, it did
Yeah.
not hold back now,
But no
especially
blood.
that. Yeah.
That's
Well,
all they care
no,
about.
no
No blood.
really human blood, but
Human
everything
blood.
bled.
Correct.
Because I mean, the movie starts with you seeing like I think a predator blood.
But one thing I truly enjoy is and I think Alien Earth did the same way. They brought in other species into the fold, which because at some point Aliens versus Predator, it's a little bit tiresome. So I would like to see an Oculus possess a Predator or something in that way with other the xenomorphs that they're presenting, or other species. It makes a whole more interesting thing than just the Predator going in and killing
Yeah. It
20
expands
humans
the universe.
and then getting killed, because that's basically been the whole Predator theme since the 80s. So,
Yeah.
which I have no problem against, but a little bit of and I think that's in the end what I appreciated watching this movie, how they pulled the rug underneath us and exposed us to culture and language and other forms. And apparently the female predators are to be feared. It's more of a matriarchal culture than a patriarchal culture. So I'm kind of hyped to see where we're gonna go down that
Oh,
road.
Yeah.
So yeah,
so
so
hyped for that.
Have
yeah,
either of you guys seen the cartoon? It was on
yeah.
HBO. Now,
What?
what? No, no, no,
No, no,
not
sorry.
the Predator one.
Oh,
Scavenger's Reign.
no.
Okay.
Hmm.
Sounds
First off,
familiar. Wow.
highly, highly, highly recommend this show. It is about a bunch of alien or a bunch of humans that crash land on an alien planet because they were sent to basically study, but then something happens on the ship, crash lands on this planet, and it is essentially that planet is essentially a murder planet in the way that the one that from Genma is, you said the name
Again,
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Genma is basically that like that, but on a elevated degree, and it's really amazing to watch how they thought through the life cycle of these creatures and the food chain of this natural environment. And that's one of the things I liked the most about the alien planet that we got to see, because with the alien show that we watched, we saw a lot of these alien new creatures out of their comfort zone, right? They were all in a
hmm
lab, so we didn't really get to kind of see what they were like in their normal environment, which allowed the writers to be a little more free with
hmm
whatever they did. Here we had to see like, all right, the things that are shooting the spikes are not the things that are trying to kill them. It's the thing above that are waiting for those things to
yeah.
kill Duck, because the paralyzation will take over. And I like seeing that. And then also seeing like Bud jump into the razor grass, and he's built specifically to hunt in razor grass,
Yep.
which this giant rhino thing also like happens to live in. And I love seeing the predator deck jump through the trees, because we've seen he is a
Yeah.
more of a jungle like hunter.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. So it was nice seeing the environment itself fully fleshed out in a way where it's not the thing that you're looking at that's to be feared. It's a whole other thing entirely, but you have to put both elements together, and it makes it a very interesting ride.
Yeah. It shows the evolution of the whole ecosystem,
Yep.
like which are predators and which are prey, which it starts off with showing other things being killed,
Oh yeah,
So
that was
it
funny. I should have known I was in for a silly ride when they did. They started it
yeah,
with that.
yes.
But it also makes
I
sense why Dex sees Thea as a valuable tool, because he even says predators hunt alone. We hunt alone. Yauta
Mm.
hunt alone. Which I was like, yeah, they do. But the second she's like, I'm like, I could be used, I'm a tool kind of thing, and he refers to it as
Yeah,
a
she
tool.
went through the mentality to try to negotiate her
Yeah,
way in.
but she is.
I'm a
She's not.
tool.
She's not a living thing. She's basically like having Siri in her pocket.
Tool.
It's like, but instead of that, she has a mind of her own. And it enabled him to basically have an almanac of the planet, which
Mhm.
isn't necessarily against the Yauta code, right? Having
Yep.
Bud, that changes things. I
That
think.
changes things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think speaking of all of that, my favorite part of the film, because in every Predator movie, we get that moment where whoever the protagonist is gears up
Yep. Oh,
to create a hunting ground for the predator. But for once, we actually get to see the predator create the hunting ground,
yeah.
and that was my favorite part. Like he gears up, takes everything he's learned, gets his arsenal together, and goes and fucks up Wayland Utani. It was
Because
great.
he's the one that is the one that's hurt, beaten down, and has to basically fight his way back, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's a role reversal of what we've seen so many
Yeah.
times, but now the predator got to shine and survive. Like predator never survives.
Right. Which is why I think it was awesome that they instantly went into we have him survive, and we want to tell another tale
Mhm.
with Deck.
Mhm.
We're not done. We're setting it up. Not even going to make you wait till the end of the credits. We're just going to show the logo for 2 seconds, and then boom, here's
Boom.
a stinger for you.
That was another. I think he figures out by the end that he was never going to be accepted back into his tribe, so he
Right.
makes his own tribe basically. So he
Yeah.
went back with the full intent of facing and killing his father at the end. Although
Yep.
mom appeared and apparently he shit his bridges, so that's my mother.
Yeah, but I mean, I
That
think
made me
with Bud
laugh.
on his side,
He was like, "Oh shit, that's
they'll be
mom."
fine. I think they'll be fine.
Well,
Do you guys think there's something to that? We know he's the runt, basically. He's smaller,
Yep.
but when what's the other one? Tessa. When Tessa's doing the analysis of him as
uh,
a Yautja, um,
he
there
might be
seems to be
smarter.
something specific about him. Like he is
Really?
the runt, but there's something different.
Oh, to me, I
Yeah.
read it as like, why would they spare you? But like, I think him being spared is because of he saved his bigger, I think younger but bigger physically brother from the toy, I guess, which ends
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
also having a great reveal. Um, but yeah, like I feel like that was just a reference more to you should have been dead, which the dad was trying to do right before
Yeah.
he left the planet. Like you
Yeah.
should never have gone on your great hunt. What makes you special? When it really was the fact that he saved someone who was able to save him to allow him to go on this hunt. That's the
Yeah.
only thing that's really special about him. He's not a solo predator. He is a member of a small pack kind of predator.
Yeah, he's more evolved,
Yes,
I guess.
emotionally evolved, which is
Emotionally evolved.
I
not
picked
good
him
for
up
predators. So,
because she figured out when she plugged him into the machine and they were showing his brain that she made a comment like, "There's something about you," and I thought maybe he has feelings or he's over, not subject to being inside of the rules of a tribe or did not fall in place. Maybe he was a rebel at heart. I don't know, but
yeah, I
there
thought it was
was,
purely emotional thing.
yeah, I think he was able to discern or to I don't know. It's cool.
He has the shine.
He has a shine.
He's gonna pop up in It Welcome to Derry because
I would love it.
anything could pop up. So,
Let's do it. Bring it on.
oh yeah, I'd be in that show. You haven't seen the latest episode, Tom, but
No.
that show, it's
But
just
the third episode, yeah,
yeah.
it's good.
They
Is
just
that
have
what
a
it's on?
free
Is that third?
pass to
That was
make
on the
whatever
fourth.
monsters they want. Just go for it.
Mhm.
Good.
I will say this though. Um, did you guys see the Flash movie?
Yeah.
The which
Okay.
one?
The
The
latest
the
one? The
one
one with
Andy
Batman?
Muschietti did. Andy Muschietti did It 1, It 2, and he did the Flash movie that had Keaton Batman and everything else.
Okay, you are saying Flash, not last movie.
Flash, correct.
Okay, The Flash. Yes, with Keaton Batman. Yes, I did see the
Yes.
Flash movie. Yes.
In
Okay,
that
so
movie, there's some really bad CG.
Correct. There's horrendous CG in there.
mhm.
They say on purpose, which does not make sense to me.
No, this last episode of Welcome to
Yeah,
Derry, it feels like Muschietti hired the same guys because there are
same
some
crew. Yeah.
fucking awful CG.
Really? Because I will say the Cherub Baby from the first 2 episodes was fine, not great. Yeah, not
Yeah,
great.
but
He's
this one,
This
not
one,
in the beginning, but at the ending, yeah,
okay.
that's one, yeah. The
Because
beginning CGI is acceptable to some point, but then the ending it gets like, oh, this is
even like the dad in the
not
pickle
cool.
jar wasn't.
it wasn't
It,
great.
it looked like a cartoon in a pickle jar kind of thing,
Yeah.
which is fine. I didn't bother me. The mother though, like with Pennywise in her stomach, like that all looked perfect. Like that
Yeah,
was like
that worked because of the lighting,
practical.
because it was basically dark, and you
Yeah,
could hide,
Yeah.
you can hide
true,
it
true,
well.
true. Grocery
But
store is very bright lighting.
yeah, but
Yeah. We got a little bit sidetracked onto that, but before we wrap up on Predator,
mm,
I do want to get everyone's rating. I'm just
Oh,
curious. Yeah.
okay.
Alberto, what do you rate it?
a solid
Predator
9 for me.
Badlands.
Yeah, I
It's a
loved it.
9?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't. I've heard everybody. Some people hate on it because it's too what. But I was hoping it was gonna be that, because I was hoping to have the Predator be the lead, and if I would have gone in expecting him killing 10 people and then getting knocked off by somebody else, which Prey did very well, and it was good in that, but another one of those would have been for me like it's boring. No
Redundant.
alien, no xenomorphs, brand new species, a whole lot of Yautja culture. The language is fantastic. The way they did like Goto.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, my Spanish gets in the way. You boys understand. Since they don't have lip. No, they did an interview about they created the actual
Oh yeah, I've
language,
seen a lot of interviews from this.
and
That guy
and
can
it,
speak it real
and it,
well.
and it was based on throat movement, so it's guttural. Yeah, so that's the
Yeah,
word.
good.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have lips, so it's basically very interesting how they did it. And I love Beck. I love Pia. It all worked very well. So I'm giving it a solid 9 from you. Would see
Well,
again. Would recommend. Yeah.
I'm going to preface by saying I have a general rule myself that says I will never rate a movie until I've seen it twice.
I normally
At
do the
least.
same.
Yeah, but I can give a tentative like first reaction rating. Sure. Um, I want to say I was going to say higher, but I think it's probably more like an 8, 7,
That's good.
5, 8, maybe 8 is.
That's
I think
solid.
8
Yeah,
is
that's good.
probably still really good. The silliness, I need to watch it a couple more times to see if I'm okay,
Yeah.
because I hate the phrase even saying that something's been Disneyfied, because I actually don't really believe it. This has been Disneyfied a little bit,
Yeah.
not to his detriment. Again, it's still a very successfully well done movie. It's just I think I went in with preconceived expectations of what a
Hmm.
Predator movie is, and that's why I need to see it again to help break that off. Because I think what I said is, when I wrote about it, was that there's space in this world for Predator movies of any kind.
Hmm.
Really, do the cartoons, loved it. Do the fucking Hulu Prey movie, which should have been in the theaters originally, fucking loved it. Loved it. The classic ones. If you watch them now, they're cheesy as fuck at times.
Hmm.
Still love it, like but it was badass machismo during the era. So tell all the tales. I'll watch them all. I love it. If as long as it's handled this well, because it was handled like he knew the story he wanted to tell, and he told it, because the silliness was there and present from the beginning. I just wasn't looking for it
Yeah.
Yeah.
as much. Yeah. So 8.
8.
Long way to come around to say 8. I think.
No, it's fine. I
It's,
would say
you could feel, sorry, you could
Oh
feel the love for the material and
yes,
the details and
yes,
the effort to try to do something good, because in a world that is giving us constant shit in theater, so this stands out, for me. That's a very good, very well made Predator movie. Even if it's lighter on some subjects, it expands the world to
yes.
something that we really want to. I walked out of the theater like I could have seen another hour in just the Alta
Yep.
Prime with the badass cinematography with the planet. I was like, I was all in
Yeah.
right to start. So, but
If you can expand something that like in the ways that all the fandom is like, we like what you're doing while expanding this, I found no criticisms with
mhm.
what they gave us with the Alta at all. So the fact that you could do that in a movie and still have comedy here or there, a little slapsticky stuff, and have me have no complaints with this, how you expand this lore, that's a huge
Huge,
compliment.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm like, yeah, you did it. You could, as you said, you could tell that there's love for the franchise.
yeah.
All right,
And
Jordan.
Dan Trachtenberg actually said in an interview, because I can't remember who it was, Josh Horowitz maybe interviewed him and was asking if he would like to do things in other franchises, a la Marvel, DC, things like that. And he
Yeah,
said, not really. He said, "Because Predator, they let me do my own thing. I know the material and I can do what I want." He said, "If I went to do something else," and this is a quote, he said, "It would be like playing with someone else's action figures."
Yeah.
He said, "I would have to pull my punches." But in Predator, he understands the material and he does what he wants to do with it. And so far, I'm
Yeah.
all in. It's a
'Cause
9 for me. It's a 9.
oh, nice. Excellent. So
Yep.
Prey, Killer of Killers, and Badlands were all him, right?
All yes, all him and all 9s.
Oh no,
All
no,
9s.
he produced the animated shorts. I don't think he had a
He didn't have any
directorial
kind of
hand.
He
directorial
didn't direct,
writing.
correct.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
but
Well,
the
anything
project
that's
is
been
his. But yeah,
he has some kind of like hands or eyes in has been very, very good. Because like Prey and Badlands, you couldn't be more different in terms of tone, and
hmm
both were handled very deftly.
Yeah.
So keep at it, man. Make more.
Yep.
I'm here for it.
He's
because
the Feige of the Predator universe.
yeah,
Yes.
because he did a solid for the diehard fans with Prey, because Prey is a Predator movie, no holds barred,
Purely Predator. Yep.
purely. But then I think he did it on purpose. I'll give you this, you like this, but this is going to be what I'm leaning for. So please follow along. And I think
I think you're absolutely right.
he nailed
Yeah.
it. So yeah, because
It's like
you cannot fault him for not doing a solid Predator, because he did actually one that we all really
yeah.
liked. So yeah.
Oh yeah, love it. I was telling you like I think yesterday. I regret not getting the hot toy of the that Predator
Yeah.
because I love it.
I could live vicariously through Elliot's work with that figure.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
unboxing mine later on, so you might see a couple shots
Okay,
put
well,
in.
live
So.
vicariously through yours as well, so I'm fine.
I'm ready to get some Predators and Aliens up in this house.
Yeah, man. And if deck is gonna be the first one, yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a.
I'll have the Jungle 2.0 first. Hopefully that comes out first. That was a pre-order like a year ago at this point.
Oh yeah.
I am cooking up a shot with the Wolf Predator, I think it is, from Predators with Adrian Brody, because I have the Wolf Predator and his Hound and Adrian Brody, Royce. So I've only ever shot them once together. So I think in the shot that I did, the Predator was hunting Royce and he was hiding behind a tree. So
Yeah,
now
you do
I'm
a role reversal.
The
reverse. I'm thinking
Hot
of
Toys
something
did
different.
Royce. Hot Toys
I
did
think
Oh
Royce.
yeah,
so.
he's great. Yeah. It's a really good figure. Holds up well.
Did
Hot
not
Toys
know
actually
that.
goes really hard into Predator, and I forget all the time that they will do because like they did a Dutch one way back when, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did.
We need a new one because I would buy a Dutch.
We do.
Well, they have the scope. The one for the T800 looks fantastic. So
Their new Arnold stuff is just. I mean, they've always nailed Arnold. Like for some
yeah,
odd reason, he must be very easy for them to sculpt. But the new stuff is just like amazing. It's like you're looking at the actor when I see photos.
yeah.
Do you guys think they'll bring Dutch back to the setting at some point?
I hope not.
No,
Yeah.
he's too
Let
old.
that's its classic. Just let it be where it
Yeah.
is. You do the reference exactly what they did in Badlands. He could show up on a screen or something like that as a swipe by. That's it. Do not
Yeah,
have him.
they made the point that we collect whoever kills a predator, so
Yep.
you can leave it at that. So that's it. So you don't have
We
to.
did
You're not.
see his. Did we see his silhouette in?
And that's and the
Killer
and no, in the
Killers?
cartoons you see Danny
Yeah.
Glover and you see him both with Naru at
Yeah.
the end. So it's all
Perfect.
three in a row. Yeah.
So the problem is old Arnold just doesn't like look or act the same, and I feel like he's kind of does the character of himself. So if you're going to bring back anyone, you bring back the one from
Yeah,
Prey.
but they already showed him cryogenically in a tube young. So
Yeah,
that's not
it would have to be all CG.
same as
and it would
Danny
look
Glover. Yeah.
not good.
So
Yeah, no, thank you.
Well, we're heading into the world where everyone's using AI and we're bringing everyone back.
Stop
So
it.
it's
I
Stop
hope
it.
not.
Stop it. And stop
I know.
it. But if they wanted to bring him back in a Killer of Killers sequel, animated, and you get somebody else to voice him, because I think Arnold's old like voice is older now, so it might sound a little. Try it, whatever. You can maybe DH his voice with AI or whatever the fuck. Fucking hate that shit.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, but like that's the most. I would not want to see them try it in live action because an all CG
No,
character
it won't
like
work.
that. Yeah,
And I don't think, and I don't think he'll be down for it either, because they wanted to bring him back as Conan, and I think he killed that project in the end. So no, I don't think. I think he
I
knows
would
where.
hate a old man Conan. That's fine. you could totally do that shit. I just don't think with Dutch, who was cryogenically frozen specifically to still be young, you can do a live action one. Do the animated where he just shows up for a scene, even chops a predator's head off or something like that, or I don't know, is in mud hiding.
He's in mud.
He's just in mud.
So he just showed up and goes, "Get to the chopper!" And that was his cameo.
Yeah, that's it. He popped out of the mud and says, "Get to the chopper!"
Get to
and
the
then
chopper.
goes back into the mud.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I don't want to see Dutch again. I love the character, but yeah, I'm good. But I am curious because it seems to be the prevailing thing that people bring up. If I'm on Reddit or whatever, they're like, "Oh, when they're bringing Dutch back," and I'm like, "Really? Do we want this?
No, we
I
don't.
don't want."
No, we don't.
That's just certain fans just can't let go of the stuff from the past. You know, they constantly need it. I'm here for do the new stuff. We have a new cast of Predator characters. They clearly want to tell more stories with. Tell that story, and then give us a whole other new cast. Keep coming with new stuff.
New predators, new aliens, new people, new whatever. Yeah.
The theory, the idea that we're making Predator movies, I think, is enough nostalgia that we don't need every character from old Predator movies. It is an old franchise at this point. So,
Yep. Speaking of aliens, they're doing season 2 of Alien Earth.
Very happy that got announced.
Took a while, but yeah,
it did. I was shocked. I wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think you sent that to us, Alberto, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, oh, yeah, we're going to see more of our little creepy eye dude running around. Yeah. Which has me more excited than the fucking Xenomorphs.
Well,
isn't that wild?
Because like they left off halfway through a story and the eye was like part of the where is he right now? Like, come on, I want to see that Fallout. We need the Fallout is the payoff in an Aliens movie, right? You don't leave things off at a
everybody's here alive in a jail cell. Yeah, so no, it doesn't work that way.
So probably our horror themed shows will continue.
Good.
We'll get more Alien Earth and Welcome to Derry. It never ends.
That's more Aliens. Is more sci-fi and
Predator.
Sci-fi
horror.
horror.
My favorite kind of horror is that I love. I love Aliens. I love Predator. Like that kind of shit. Yes, give me that.
Well, guys, we've almost
humans doing bad. I don't want to see because humans do bad all the time, and I have to live in that world.
And we see it every day.
That's why I don't like it. I want to see give me the supernatural, the sci-fi, give me something else to point my angst and anger at, rather than the fact that I can walk outside and see somebody wanting to murder another person.
Yeah. Give us a Yao Chali character, which they did, and I'm not excited for. I like that. I like that fucking Predator. Feels like a berserker dwarf, insane. I don't know. It felt like I wanted to root every time he went insane in that movie. So when I saw that Hot Toys, I was like, yes.
Thank you. So do we think that there's going to be a second Hot Toy in his whole jungle?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I'm happy with the one that I like the backpack. Like that's my favorite look. When he showed up, I was like, this is awesome to see, but this is also a little corny, but still kind of awesome. Because the lizard was basically the fucking blaster. Like,
yes.
That's like
but it saved his life, but it sacrificed himself for it.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Awesome. But like,
you think they'll bring a little monkey, a little companion?
Little Bud? I think with that other version, Bud will be the companion piece instead of Thea.
Okay, well then I'll have to get both. Thanks a lot, Jordan, because I need Bud.
Yeah.
Yep, I need Bud too. So I'll end up with both of them. But we've gone almost an hour. Do you guys want to get into Frankenstein, or do you want to save it? Because we'll talk about in a second our plans for Frankenstein. But I know, Tom, you finally got to see it, so you want to comment on it?
Wish it was playing up here. It's not. I looked in theaters. It's not even playing up here. So I would have to drive a couple hours, and I'm like, I just traveled enough for a lifetime. Yeah,
no more travel.
I'm staying home. I'm staying home. So I will say though, like, luckily my TV, my surround sound, I have a very theater-like experience at home. And I fully reclined in my chair, so I was basically laying down with the TV. And I will say, visually arresting. Like, just the sets. No one knows how to use all the classic techniques of filmmaking. It gets me excited about filmmaking, like Guillermo del Toro. Like, he his set building, his creature designs, his everything, just visually color and light and all, like a visual feast for the eyes. We could talk about story more in depth next week, but visually, I was just
and all the practical effects. I was in.
Yep.
I was in.
Yep.
I love all the videos you send me, Alberto, of him just like rummaging through body parts to set them up and stuff. I love that shit. It's great.
You saw the one with the making of the ship?
I did.
It has a tilting mechanism that literally, when Elordi pushes it, it literally tilts. So there's no CGI.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, it has a like a pivoting mechanism. So when the creature pushes the ship, it's literally going that way. So they can sell the.
I was trying to avoid all the behind the scenes stuff, but now I'll have to start hunting it down.
No, it's worth it, man, because there's a lot of practical thing that you said, like, how the hell they pull this off? And then when you see it, it's like, yeah, man, the dude is.
He's incredible.
He was born to do that movie. So
he was born to do
that. Yeah, you could tell that was just going to his exhibit in Los Angeles. I could tell from seeing the inside of his house, because that's what that was. It was basically like a recreation of inside his home. It was a very Frankenstein forward decor. And I'm like, this man lived it in a way that I live Galactus and shit. So it's like, I get it. That's passion.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he wanted to make, and he got to tell the story his way. And I have seen some interviews with the cast and him, and he was saying, you know, like when the casting fell apart at first, he did not see it as a bad thing. He saw it was meant to be Oscar Isaac in this role, kind of thing. So perfect.
But was he supposed to play Frankenstein or the monster Spider-Man?
Oh, Andrew Garfield was supposed to play Frankenstein, the doctor. Oscar Isaac's role. Oscar Isaac was the cast in part of Andrew Garfield.
Oh, okay.
Because he says that in this interview, and he's like, no, that we're going to go for a very, like, I think he even said to him at one point, he's like, we want a Hispanic Frankenstein. This is the story I'm telling you. Like, it's great. It works so well.
Yeah.
He strikes me as someone, and we've talked about this before, but like the funnest person just to hang out with for like 2 hours.
Yep.
Like he's just giddy.
He's
what he loves what he does.
There's kindness in him, I think, and humanity, and he always deals with everybody with respect. Everybody, they brought him. You see a lot of people who brought in puppets and art and custom, and he did not say no. I want this. Send it to my house, and he
has a museum. He has a museum, so it's going.
So there's something about him. You know, I don't know. There's a lot of humanity in him. So.
Yeah.
No, which we've talked about. It's what he does best. Yep. Monsters and humanity and the parallels between the two. What it is to be a human. That's what he does best.
I think because of his love of Frankenstein, which is great. That again, full circle moment. You got to finally tell the actual story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, next week,
Netflix for giving him a budget to make that the way it looked, because like you could tell that movie was well funded. He got to do it the way he wanted to do it, because it looked, again, visually it looked perfect. I found no seams. Like really.
It seems like they gave him like the end game was Frankenstein, but they put the cabinet in front and Pinocchio. So you do this, you do right by us with these projects, and we'll give you whatever you want for Frankenstein, because it seems that way. So
you're right. I didn't even think of that, but you're absolutely right. Because like I'm sure Pinocchio is another like love child story he kind of always wants to tell.
Mm-hmm.
It's another story about humanity through kind of monsters in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And Cabinet Curiosities is more of a way for him to just kind of bring his favorite director in, because he basically kind of got just to produce that one, much in the way that we're talking about with Killer of Killers a minute ago. But yeah, you're right. It's probably the little the trail of Netflix.
Yeah,
do these. You can have as much budget as you want for your Frankenstein movie.
Yeah.
I don't know who the cinematographer was. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
But
I want to gander it's the same guy from Devil's Backbone. He always works with that guy. He's just from Spain. I think it's him. So
if you just want to get lost in still images, if you just look at the still shots or character shots, It is phenomenal.
I was thinking of Tom every time I saw snow. I said, "Tom's gonna love this." Horror and snow. Those snow scenes were fantastic.
Snow stuff was gorgeous. I'll tell you, the thing that I was mostly taken by was all of the sketchbook pages, and anytime they went through any of Frankenstein's like notebooks and just seeing all the anatomy, all of the art that was made for this film, outside of the beauty of the set dressings and all that stuff, because even like the flayed
costumes and everything.
Yes, everything. But like the actual hand drawn artwork that was everywhere was just breathtaking. Yeah,
it was.
And his lab, dude, that lab was built. That's no CG. That's not it. That lab was built from the ground up. So it's
you could tell.
Mm-hmm.
It was the second he steps foot in there, like you could tell it was purely like made for that scenario. It was probably something he sketched up, sent off, and like make this real.
Tom, you have to watch Pan's Labyrinth at some point.
I plan on it.
I think it's his second best film, in my opinion.
Shape of Water is close. Well, that's the one who won him an Oscar, though. But
yeah, it did.
Yeah, but only because it was in English. The other one did not. It was Spanish. So
yeah, Pan's is devastating and beautiful and captivating. All the things. Pan's is right underneath Frankenstein for me. It's good.
That's been on my list. It's like, you know how we all have the list of movies we've always been meaning to get to? That has been on the top of that list for me for like 6-7 years, like maybe even 10 years at this point, honestly, like possibly since it came out. I don't know. And honestly, I think now that we talk so much about movies like week to week, or when I'm able to join you guys, like I should watch it just to discuss it again with you guys.
Oh, I want to watch it again. It's been a while, so yeah, that'd be fun just to re-watch and talk about Pan's Labyrinth.
Do I have it in Blu-ray? I gotta check my collect. I think I have it. If not, I'll stream it. I'll find it somewhere.
I did look up while we were chatting also the cinematographer for Devil's Backbone and the cinematographer for Frankenstein. Devil's Backbone was Guillermo Navarro. Now, almost all of Guillermo del Toro's like big movies in the States were all done by the same guy, including Frankenstein, and that is Dan Lauston.
And Dan Lauston? Okay.
Yeah. Dan Lauston's done The Shape of Water, Crimson Peak, Nightmare Alley, like all of these movies. So many. So I think he's been using him for a long time.
So I gotta find his book somewhere. So
yeah,
he must have a book on the cinematography somewhere. So
the movies I'm seeing on this is he definitely would. John Wick, like he's done a bunch of them.
Wow.
Yeah, if you see the lighting in John Wick, especially when he's in the Continental or in some
he did John Wick 2, 3, and 4. The only one he didn't do was the first one. And that was kind of the unproven, like, is this movie going to make money? All right, now let's invest more money out kind of thing.
Huh. Yeah, you brought those up, and I've forgotten about them. But
John
Nightmare
Wick?
Alley and
Crimson Peak?
Crimson Peak. Those are both great films. I forgot
Crimson Peak I saw opening night in the theater, actually.
Yeah.
And I was expecting a horror movie. And instead, I was treated to a Guillermo del Toro movie, which is not ever horror. It's more, again, as we talked, a dissection of humanity. It was great. I enjoyed it a lot because I fear going to horror movies in a theater setting. And it was perfect. So I like that one.
He doesn't have a very horror. Mimic was the only one, but that went
studio.
But that went the way of Alien 3, so they screwed him out of that one. So.
Yep.
I saw people saying, and maybe it was you guys, I can't remember who, but I agree with this. Having Guillermo del Toro do a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, I would love to see that. Like an actual true to Alan Moore's vision where we don't have to add freaking Tom Sawyer in it as the American person to follow. We don't need an American person to follow. Sorry, studios. Keep it to the actual vision. Tell that story. And Guillermo del Toro will be the perfect person.
Yeah, I kept waiting until Mr. Hyde ate the Invisible Man at some point in that movie, which did not happen. So
that was a bad movie because they tried to Americanize it, which you don't do.
I have that somewhere there.
Yep.
They did a follow-up with
they did.
Nemo's daughter, but it's a cross between The Mountain of Madness, and it's pretty good.
it's also part pro. It's a lot of prose, which I flipped through because I have League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, like the story 1 and volume 2.
There's the
the
black dossier also.
Yep,
And,
that one I have as well.
Yep.
But the one with his daughter, I opened it up. I was like, "This is too many words. Where's the pictures? Give me the comic," and put it back on the shelf. I'm like, "Not for me. Not for me."
I have it there somewhere. I can't pass on a Alan Moore book, so it's.
I didn't even know they made that. I had no idea. Oh, I'll check it out.
Good
I
shit.
finally picked up my pull list, which was astronomical, right before Legion's Con. So I haven't read any of that. It's there, but I haven't gotten into it. There's so much shit.
We'll have to discuss that on a show because, like, I love to know what you're reading.
Everything feels like everything. Like I'm one of those, like, oh yeah, this one. Oh yeah, this one. And then it's like, shit, I'm all over the place.
I used to read. I used to go home, so because I worked at a comic book store. I think I told you guys this before, but at the comic book store I worked at, I had lifetime discount, 50% off books. While I still lived in New England, I can't really do it over here anymore. I kind of lost touch when I was in Los Angeles. They sent me like my books, I think, twice while I was in Los Angeles, and then the connection kind of fell apart. And I'm like, I don't blame you guys. But anyway, while I was living on the East Coast, I used to go up to Boston every like 2 or 3 months, but I would subscribe to fucking everything. I would go, it would be a $300 comic book visit. Easy. I'd go home with like the actual diamond box filled with comics of all different types.
That was me 5 years ago.
Yeah, I love.
I had to stop. Yeah, I was coming in with 2. Either it was figures or comics, so I had to. Now I just wait until they have a collection and I buy that whenever I want to read. Because I can't read on a digital map. I can't read on a pad. No.
I do.
Too old school for that.
Marvel, I read on Marvel Unlimited. Usually, there's every now and again I'll break out and buy like a trade or single issues. DC, I'm reading the Absolute Universe, like the day and date. The second it drops, I'll have it on my my iPad. But oh shit, sorry, there's an ad playing on this IMDb page I'm at. It's like that started like 10 minutes into me being on that IMDb page. Anyway, really apologies there. Forgot what I was saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We're reading the Absolute every time.
Absolute Universe digitally. Everything else, I'll get trades as you do, Alberto, and I'll catch up that way.
What I tend to struggle with, it's kind of like TV shows. I'll get into something that's kind of obscure. Black Label did it.
Yep.
They did quite a few of their own stories.
Yep.
I'll get into it, and then it dies, and I'm like, "Fuck!" Well, we're halfway
they're
through.
Usually They're usually 3 issues, and Black Label doesn't do like more than 5 that I've known that I've read.
Actually, Hard Target. One of my favorite ones, I think it was Hard Target, was 12. But it was everything Black Label comes out with is supposed to just be here's this one story done.
Yeah,
it is now. Yeah. But it wasn't so much when Black Label first started.
Gotcha. Okay.
I have like Legends of the Gods, and that just never got an ending. And it was a great run. It was a great run of what I got, but it just didn't end.
Oh.
So that kind of steered me away from the Black Label stuff. So it's kind of good to know now that they are doing a set limit and wrapping them up, because I just stopped because I was
buy hardcovers or the graphic novels when they come out. They do such nice jobs with them too, that they're all like the Rorschach one I have is like this gorgeous hardcover. It looks like a fingerprint on.
I have the Batman Damned and Swamp Thing Green Hell.
Yeah, good. A lot of good stuff, but there, on those, I've learned for Black Label outside of again, Human Target, not Hard Target. Jesus, Human Target. Outside of that one, which I have all the individual issues for, Greg Smallwood's artwork. I cannot talk about how incredible that artist is enough. Greg Smallwood, if you don't know him, Google it. Fantastic. He did covers, insides, everything for that. So I have all the individual issues. And I have the collected run of that because I wasn't going to let that pass me by. Otherwise, collections.
I'm also a sucker for variants, so my pull list is a little bit skewed because I'll get like every variant for everything.
We all suffer from that.
Four of one book in different variant covers every time. It's a mess. I got to stop.
I am not like that. I think that's amazing that you are, though. I know people from working at the comic shop that were like that. And I was like, I'm glad there are crazier people than me out there with spending on comics. I'm not buying the same thing more than once, but I get it. The artwork is gorgeous.
No, I used to get my things signed and CGC graded. I used to go to MegaCon just to do them for that. So I always buy like a blank cover just in case I see somebody who wants to put some remark or something on it and get it graded. But I've stopped. So I just now for the fun of reading. Maybe something that's out of the ordinary. Like the last one I did was the Something's Killing the Children because they were both going to be in MegaCon. So I grabbed everything I had and ran over there. But that was the last run. That was like 2-3 years ago, I think. Which you should read, Jordan. You should read because apparently there's going to be a movie and an animated series, and you want to. This is me giving you the reverse Warhammer treatment now. Read the fucking books so you don't get behind.
Get it on the ground floor.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, I'm in.
Yeah, we guarantee you're gonna love it. So it's a very good story. So.
When it comes to like physical collecting, obviously I have a problem in this spectrum, plastic, which started as a comic book collector. I have countless comics, but when it started going into this and how much space this kind of takes up, that's where I was like, I have to buy less individual comics and just enjoy it for the story. And that is why I do, like, I'm on my iPad all the time. So it's like, it's so easy just to read digitally, and I read digitally. I get it. I prefer to read in paper. Like, I love the feeling, and I love sitting on my porch. Like, I'll get a brand new graphic novel. I'll get a cup of coffee. My cat will head out to the porch.
That's the way, yeah.
Yep, it's great.
Coffee outside and reading it. That's what I do.
But I have no problem also sitting out there and being on my iPad and reading.
I can. It just I'm not used to reading that way. So at law school and college, it was all
I get it.
Yeah. All right, guys, we've gone an hour and 12. Look at us.
You trying to put a leash on us, Jordan?
I'm trying to put a leash on us. Yeah.
We're
in the back of my mind is always like, damn it, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
But Tom is not pressed by deadlines, so I hope. God,
deadline free. Deadline free.
He looks relaxed and very much zen. Yes.
Well, let me go to the bathroom. We're gonna go for another hour.
Yeah.
No, but this one's been fun. First one back after Legion's Con. Nice to see your faces again. And we have something to do until we get to next Legion's Con. But next week's going to be exciting. So it's going to be a Focus on Figures episode. Guests to be announced, so check socials for that. But also, it's going to be not only Focus on Figures, but also Frankenstein based.
A little more in depth, yep.
And in that vein, the always generous and phenomenal Alberto is going to be heading up a giveaway. So Nerdocracy will be doing a giveaway of the Figure Obscura Frankenstein from Four Horsemen Studios,
which is sold out.
Sold out. You cannot get it.
The original one, so yeah, it's sold out.
Which is more like the creature from the film than the new green one that they did. Retail exclusive.
So we'll be doing a giveaway. We'll promote it more on social media so you know the rules. But keep an eye out for that. So there will be a Focus on Figures episode next week. And included will be a giveaway of the Figure Obscura Frankenstein, which is huge and awesome. Alberto's insanely generous.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a really fun time. Who the guest is, we do not yet know. We have an idea, and it'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be fun. All right, guys, anything else you want to cover, or are we going to call it a wrap on this one?
We'll call it a wrap, I think.
Yeah, call it a wrap.
All right. Do one of you guys want to do the sign off? Because I totally forgot.
You are a tool. That's my sign off.
Okay, there you go. You got it. And you had the aggressive pointing and everything.
You are a tool.
I thought you memorized the alphabet.
Okay. That's what I need to do. I need to start turning it over to you guys every second week is Alberto, third week is Tom. That gives me time to come up.
I wanted to get another way, so it's already there we go.
Got it. It works perfectly.
Deck
but
rules. Yeah.
You nailed it. So until next time, like Alberto said, you are a tool.
We love our tools, though.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
We love our tools. All right. Peace, guys.
Cheers.